What up?
What up?
What's going on, guys?
What's up? We are DV, and today is not forehead shiny as fuck. Today is Friday. We fucking made it. To Friday, and yeah, we just out here in a beautiful spot over here in Signal Hill in Long Beach, called I think it's called Hilltop Park or some shit.
Hilltop Park.
Motherfuckers be hiking and shit out here, but it's beautiful out here, man. It's some shit to aspire to live at one day. You know, at one point, some shit they want to get better at and get here. But anyway, yeah. Today's Friday, and it is April 25th, 2025.
Yeah.
Check that out, 25. All right. So yeah, man, I'm grateful to be here. Appreciate anybody that thought about even tuning in today, seeing what we talking about. I appreciate you. I'm very grateful to have you here.
So what we are talking about today is this. Have you ever dealt with ways to cope with a recent loss of a person, of a loved one, right?
Yeah.
How to deal with the loss of a recent loved one is what we're talking it up about today.
Have you lost someone recently?
As you guys know, if you don't know, we recently lost our dad on March 30th, right? It's almost been a month now.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be real honest with you, I won't say necessarily struggling with it, but I'm definitely, it's not definitely what I thought it was going to be. It's not I won't say easy. It's not an easy transition. I thought I was going to be able to deal with it real fast and keep moving on in life. But I have my moments when I'm sitting still, and that's when I start thinking about that he's not actually here anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
I cannot call him, and I cannot ask him for this advice.
Yeah.
You know, so for any lack of a better word, I am struggling with it still. You know, sometimes, if you want to say that, you know, I'm not crying every night. I'm not struggling. I'm not sad every night, but I feel a true loss. I do.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something was missing.
Yeah.
Something is missing because I had a lot of dreams and my goals. I had a lot of visions of my goals, and he was there to celebrate it with me in those visions. And now I'm trying to figure out how the fuck that vision is gonna look now that he's no longer in there to celebrate it with. You know, being that we're at 4,000 subscribers right now, thank God for that. You know, thank you guys for that. And guess what? That would have been something I would have made a phone call to him about.
Absolutely,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
I thought about that. It kind of hurt a little bit.
That would have been a phone call to make.
I know. I wanted to call him at like the minute. Like, there's a lot of things that's happened. I've got a lot of good things that's happened recently, it just sucks that I couldn't call him just to let him know. You know.
Yeah.
Just to hear his voice in the morning, say what's up.
Yeah.
Because to us, you know, our dad to us isn't just my pops. He was like our brother, like a big bro.
Big brother, yeah.
He was the OG.
Really was a big homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For real.
And I can trust someone that anything he tells me is because he's been through it. And I know he's going to give me some advice that even if he can't relate, he's going to give me some game that I can use.
Right.
And, you know, it's just, and I never, thank God that our dad raised me to be the type of person that was strong on my own 2 feet. Because had I not been, this would be a much more devastating loss for me.
Yeah.
Because luckily my dad he helped me be strong enough to be able to stand on my own too, with all the guidance that he gave me and all the game he gave me, you know, and all the tools. Because I know people now at my age or older, when I know people right now that are losing their parents, one of their parents at least, and they are losing their shit. Yeah. They are really, really like not doing well, you know. And, you know, God bless them. I hope they find their way. You know, I get it, like grieving and just trying to find your way. But what I'm trying to say is I wasn't so attached to my dad enough where I couldn't function. You know, I'm glad he was there and it was a blessing to be there, but it was never a crutch.
And you know what that is? Because he taught us how to cope as adults already.
Right.
You know, that's one thing.
He gave us
gave us all the game we're ever gonna need to at least navigate in this world without him. You know, and I knew there would be a day that we were gonna have to navigate without him, but just not today.
Yeah, I just didn't expect it to be so soon, man.
I was hoping to have a kid at least and be married by then, so that way he could at least help me with that.
Yeah.
You know, with that advice.
Yeah.
But you know. I'm pretty confident that he's still helping us navigate from the other side of things.
For sure.
You know, if I listen close enough, I think I can get the guidance still.
For sure.
But anyway, what this is about is how to figure out how to cope with the loss.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest right now. I'm gonna tell you right off the rip. I don't have all the answers, Sway. Okay, I don't have all the answers. I don't know if I have any answers, but I do want to talk about it, see if we can figure out how to do it, though.
Yeah.
Somebody coming. Yeah. Get the scenery of the city.
Beautiful.
You know,
right?
it is a beautiful thing, that's for sure.
Inspiring.
One other thing I wish he was able to see.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right.
One other thing I
he
think
would love to see this.
he was supposed to come out here before the year was up, you know, to come out here and visit and chill with us, you know, because he ain't been back home to California since they fucking had us, when they had us out here, you know?
Yeah.
He ain't been out there since. He's been hella years since we left.
That's one thing I definitely was that sucked. I thought about that. I was like, damn, I really want him to see this.
Yeah.
Before then, you know?
Because it was a homecoming for us, and I just wanted him to be able to see that as well.
Be a part of that, yeah.
You know, come back home to LA.
Like a week before he even passed, I was already like going through things in my mind, like how we could realistically get him here and how he could sustain and enjoy himself out here.
Oh yeah, that was all in the plans for sure.
I was already thinking about realistic shit, and I brought it up to him, and then that.
Because we've been back almost 3 years now. I figured, you know, a little more time, we was going to be situated enough where he'd be able to come back out here and stay for good, you know?
Yeah.
That's always in the plan, you know?
I know he would love that.
So plans have changed with that. But anyway, back to how to cope with it, right?
Right.
So on a day-to-day, what I usually do, I'll be honest, recently I haven't even been thinking about it.
Yeah.
I haven't even been thinking about it. But that's not actually part of the program as far as how to cope with it. I think what I want to start doing is doing things like this, talking about it.
Absolutely,
Because I haven't been talking about it.
Yeah.
Here's our little walkway, little trail, little hike.
We gotta be careful down these stairs.
Yeah. But anyway, so doing things like this, hiking,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Talking about it,
Yeah.
you know. This is basically therapy.
Yeah.
And you guys are all a part of it, so thank you for being here for it. Because I need to start talking about it more, start acknowledging it more. I haven't talked a lot about it. I know I got my family members that want to talk about it that I haven't spoken to about it yet.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to a whole lot of the family since it happened.
Yeah.
It all happened so quickly, and you know, and the ball had to keep rolling. You know, we had to just kind of deal with it the best we could.
Yeah, because life keeps going.
Without mentally breaking down. Lord knows I wanted to. I wanted to lash out a couple times, you know, but it was just, and I was surprised that was my reaction. It went from anger to you know, just being in shock, really. It took me a while to even process it, to take it seriously, you know, like this is really happening. You know, he's really on his way out. But, you know, that is a part of it. You have to accept it. You know, if you don't get to the point where you're accepting it in your mind, at least a little, it's going to drag out and it's going to get worse. It doesn't get better. Not if you hold on to it and don't accept it.
Right.
You know, you got to accept that loss as something that comes with life. You know, death is just as much a part of life as living, you know. It's just a part of the process. We all gonna leave here one day. So you have to accept that. You have to accept that. That's how you get past the fear of death. You have to accept it. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna leave here one way or another, someday. Yes. Hopefully later than sooner, you know?
Yeah, like me, as far as coping with the loss of him specifically, is one thing is, for me personally, I've never had a issue with like actual death. Like some people are afraid of death, you know? Mm-hmm. I've actually heard certain people tell me they're actually afraid of it. Yeah. I'm not afraid of death. Yeah. I've never been afraid of death. I've been pretty much, like you said, accepting of it for as far as long as I can remember. Mm-hmm. Here, let's go. But the thing was, what I wasn't prepared for is, like I said, when the loss comes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not the loss, it's when it happens.
I mean, that was the lesson for me right there. Just the fact that it happened so abruptly, right, and none of us were prepared. Yeah. And I was like, shit, so this is how it feels.
I want to say, even financially, I'll keep it all over real. Let's just be all over real. Even financially, he didn't have, as far as I know, he didn't have insurance. Yeah. So that was kind of threw me off, you know?
Yeah, man. It was just, and it's just like, I guess in my mind, I thought before something like that happened, I would have some indication. Yeah. I would have some type of knowing. And to be honest, I did. My dad had sent me a text about a week before he passed. He did the classic, "I'm proud of you." Mm-hmm. But this time it wasn't like after conversation. It was just out of nowhere. "I'm proud of you. I'm proud of who you become." Oof. And I thought about it for a second, and I was like, what if that's what that means? But I didn't accept it. I was just like, nah, he'll be all right. He's made it through a lot of shit. He'll be fine. You know? I didn't think that deep about it. I didn't think that maybe that would be the last time he said that to me. But, you know?
I remember because it was like only like 3 days before it happened, and he sent me a text saying, hey, just so you know real fast, I'm in the hospital for pneumonia, but it's no big deal. I'll be out in a few days. Just letting you guys know, nothing to worry about.
And that's pretty common for me.
And that was pretty easy to believe because it's never anything major with him, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought it wasn't no big deal. I didn't really think too much about it. I thought it was kind of funny that he would say, ain't nothing to worry about, you know? And then he was on me, for those 3 days, he was on me kept telling me to send him a picture of my new car that I just bought.
Right.
And I was like, Dad, you know, I'll get to it, man. No big deal. I kept putting it off for 3 days.
Man,
I was like, why is he pushing this so hard, you know? So the very fact that he kept asking me for it, though, let me know it's very important to him for some reason, you know? So,
pay attention to that when your loved ones, especially the elderly ones, or the ones that's, you know, not necessarily in the greatest of health, pay attention when they start talking to you certain ways. You know, pay attention to that.
It's true. Because I'm glad I did listen to that, because that last day, the day before, I was in my parking lot at work, and I said, let me go and take this real fast, these little photos for real fast. Because he's adamant about it for some reason.
Right.
And sure enough, we was the next day is when he died.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I listened to that at least, you know. But you're right. Good lesson right there for you guys. If you have a loved one that keeps, you know, pushing something like that might seem like it's kind of like abnormal for them, pay attention to that, man.
Yeah, maybe they sense it, don't even know they sense it.
Right, because I think that's definitely what he was doing.
Yeah.
But back to how to cope with this shit. Well, you got any ideas? Because like I said, I
think get around other people that's going through it. Now, I don't say this to say that to form a trauma bond.
Yeah, because that could happen.
Because that could happen. I mean, but that only comes after you get too attached to the situation.
Right.
The whole idea behind doing that is to be able to connect with someone who can understand and help you heal through it. There's nothing wrong with that. Right. There's nothing wrong with doing that. That's what we're here for. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you codependent. It makes you human, first of all. And it makes you strong enough. It makes you strong just because to admit that you need that connection, that you need someone to relate to for a moment. You know?
It's true.
That's all. That's all it is. It's perfectly normal. So I suggest people get with someone who's going through it as well. You know, to a similar situation. Talk about it. You know? Be there for each other. You know? That's one way you can help cope through that loss. I say another one is by talking to them. I say that meaning just talk out loud. Like I did it today. This morning, I was like, we made it another week, Dad. That's what I would say to him in person. Right. You know what I mean? That's what I would say to him. So I said it out loud. I had no full-on conversation back and forth, but I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him out loud because I believe that his presence is still here. Not physically, but spiritually. You know, the spirit goes on. It doesn't die. The body does, not the spirit. So his essence is still here. He made a huge impact in our lives. And a lot of people's.
Definitely did that, you know. We haven't even had the whole memorial service yet. He was cremated. We're going to be doing that, I'm hoping, very, very soon. And I'll be honest, this is something I was supposed to call my aunt about so we can get it all together. And I'll be honest, I've been hesitating on calling her. It's like I don't even want to acknowledge it fully. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we were just talking about, how to cope with it, is the acknowledgement of it. And I haven't actually done it yet. Because that's the reason why I was like, why has it been a week since I called her and I was supposed to talk to her about the date of when we can do this? And I figured out, because I don't really want to talk about it. I would rather act like the shit didn't even happen. I would rather wake up every day and pretend like it didn't happen.
I haven't even erased his number on my phone.
I still got his text messages. I still got all that. And I don't want to erase it. And I know I need to move forward. But I can't do it.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. And I hear those kind of stories, but you don't really know it's going to... I thought I was different, I'll be honest. I thought I didn't feel
I'm
that
surprised that I'm still being affected like this, you know? Like, I'm glad I'm not to the point where it's bogging me down, but...
Exactly. Like, I'm not waking up, you know, like, I can't do nothing every day type shit. Obviously, you're still doing these videos. Actually, I need to do these videos because that's what's helped me talk about this shit.
Right, I haven't really talked about it.
So, Yeah, man. But I need to move forward, but I ain't really 100% sure how to really fully go forward. I've been doing what I gotta do because life goes on. You gotta make money. You gotta pay bills. But I just haven't fully moved forward past that situation yet. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. And I don't like being one of those people who cling to stuff. I pride myself in being one of those people who move forward, move on pretty fast. But, you know, I haven't really done it yet, you know.
I haven't either.
And
now that we're talking, I realize it.
Yeah. Because I'm supposed to call her. I'm supposed to call her and Mary about this shit. And I still haven't fucking done it.
Like,
all right, I'm not trying
that's
to be
why
rude.
she was on my mind the other day.
I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm like, I just can't pick that phone up to talk more about it.
I hear you, bro.
I don't want to talk about it anymore, you know?
I hear you. Because I really don't know what to say about that. I can't tell you what to do because I don't know what I would do. I don't know what to do in that situation right now. I'm just kind of like, I'm just trying to really just keep it pushing because I think that's what he would want us to do.
That's what I keep telling myself, you know? This is what he would want. That's what Dad would want us to do anyway. He wanted to be mourning and sad, and he wants to just keep going forward, man. You know?
And this is how I can do it by not really necessarily delving into it too deeply for too long.
Yeah.
It helps me stay focused right now. But this is helping right here, you know?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
So, yeah, what do you guys do what are you doing now to help yourself get through that?
Right.
Do you have someone to talk to?
Right.
If not, you can always talk to us. Hit us up online.
For sure. Just hit us on the email, or even leave it in the comments if you want.
In comments. I mean, it's perfectly healthy to do this. And I suggest anybody who's out there and has a loved one, someone that's close to them that's gone or passed on or whatever, don't even dwell on how they passed. That's done. That doesn't even matter.
Right.
It's over.
Or why.
You know don't do that to yourself or their legacy.
Yeah.
The good news is they move on to something better. This is the heavy shit.
Right.
You know.
What we're doing.
Life. You know.
Yeah.
Shit. They're being their best self. Here's another way I can tell you. Like, maybe use your imagination. Imagine them in a best place possible. Imagine if they love to dance and they love to sing and they love to smoke cigarettes or drink or whatever it was, you know, laugh, go to comedy, do whatever. Imagine them in their best place possible. Right. You know, living their best life. Don't think about, you know, anything other than that. Anything than happiness with them. Picture them a certain way.
Right.
Because I think that's what they would want you to do, you know. When I imagine my dad, I imagine him looking young and vibrant and smiling at me.
I hope he's smiling now, shit.
Yeah. Same goes for my mom.
Same way.
We lost our mom years ago, but still, you know, I still wish he was here. I wish he was here. So, and just be okay with the fact that you don't judge yourself too hard. You know, if you're dealing with it in not the most healthy way, it's okay. I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to beat yourself up about it and be too down on yourself. I mean, I'm sure other people understand that you're going through it, you know, and doing the best way you know how to do it. Just try not to dwell on too much of the negative parts of the situation,
right? Because
it can get worse after that, you know. So, just try to. I would say, keep their memory alive, and you keep their memory alive by talking about them, celebrating their life, celebrating who they were, what they loved to do. That's how you keep someone's memory alive. That's how you keep their spirit alive.
And for those that I just thought about this, but you know, for those that are creatives, write a song about them. You know, write a poem about them.
Yeah. If you're a painter, paint pictures of them.
Paint a picture of them.
Paint something that they reminded them.
Right.
I mean, and for the spiritual people out there, if you got an altar, put something they like on there. Put something, if they like chocolate, they like particular chocolate, Hershey's chocolate, they like to drink the cognac, smoke some weed, put a joint on there for them. Light a candle. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Something that was their favorite, you know, something that they liked, yeah. Some representation of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's true, man.
Because life does go on. Maybe not here, but it goes on. So don't play them like that, like they just left. They probably looking at you like, why you talking about me like I ain't here, motherfucker? I'm still here. Right. You just can't see me. That's probably what they're thinking. So be mindful about how you speak about your loved ones, you know? Yeah. Because they are probably around, you know? So yeah, the whole idea is to heal through it, right?
Right.
So face whatever it is that you're dealing with when you're going through, mourning the loss of someone you love. Face it. That's why I want to say, first and foremost, face that shit. Don't run from it. Don't suppress it. Yeah. Don't hide. Don't
do like I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Face that shit. Talk about it. Deal with it. Then heal from it. And start with love. Love yourself enough to be honest with yourself with what you're going through. That's what I suggest. So yeah, man, this shit went quick, man. But I'm really, really grateful to even have this moment with y'all. I appreciate y'all even tuning in.
For sure.
I'm very, very grateful, man. See all this beauty surrounding me. Stop playing. It's a Friday night. It's beautiful out here. I feel great. Yeah, man. And I love myself, and I love y'all too.
That's right.
I'm able to love you because I love myself. So do the work. Take some time and love yourself for yourself.
No doubt.
Peace.
Cool.